Well, hey, what do we got here? Piece of drywall. So now we're starting to close in some rooms, so it feels more like a house. And yeah, this is just a master bedroom between the bathroom and the bedroom. And just putting that first one up there and marking off where the 2x4s are. I do have the tool that you put in the end of the drill to sink the drywall screws perfectly, but of course I can't find it in all my mess. So we're just going by hand and hoping that I don't break the paper on the drywall. And I did fairly well. And just marking off the second piece to cut. And I did use the T-square there to do the cut on this one because it's the first cut I've made. And I did realize I didn't need to have it that precise and just freehand it off the pencil mark I make on the rest of them. Because you don't have to be super perfect on your cuts, because you just make it perfect in the end when you do the finished work. And then here, just add some pre-made walls here for a little closet. On the left there's where the clothes is going to be, and on the right will be a hot water heater. And it's been a long time since I've had my own closet, so I just had to hurry up and throw a rod in there so I could at least hang some shirts I got, and then throw in the hot water heater in there. And I do have a good story about that, so I'll tell you guys that and probably next video. But yeah, this is the front room going into the mini middle bedroom. And so just putting in a couple gang boxes for an outlet on that wall. And I don't have the little tool and the roto zip to cut out the little boxes, so what I did there is I just put the drywall up and just kind of banged it into place to try to make an indent on those boxes into the back of the drywall, and then I just cut it out from that way. It worked. It's not perfect, but it worked for me. And then just doing more screwing of the drywall, getting her in there. And not exactly oh yeah, I decided to put another gang box on the top of that 4-foot tall drywall, because that TV that's right there in the foreground is going to go on the wall there. So I just want to be able to plug it in real close and have the wires mostly hidden. So hopefully that'll work out nicely. And then this is back in the kitchen going into the master bedroom or bathroom wall. And I had to redo that one a little bit. As you saw, I took it down because the drywall was sitting on top of that gang box, so I just had to cut it out a little bit. I didn't do that on the wall in the front room, and so there's just a little bit of gap on one corner of the drywall. And here is the only exterior wall piece of drywall that I put up, and you can see I put a little bit of vapor barrier there because I needed to throw this one up because I want to enclose that section there for the horseshoe for the shower stall that you can see there on the left. And so we got that put into place. And yeah, I just didn't want to put more than that one up because I have to fish electrical wire behind it. And so I didn't want to enclose any other walls at this point because I don't have any of my electrical that's going to be finished work in yet. So now I can finally put the rest of these shear walls up to make the little stall for the shower. And so yeah, just trying to get it square. And I noticed that my the subfloor didn't seem square to the house, but yeah, that's because when I put it in, it was just a little off kilter. But so I'm just sitting there making lots and lots of measurements and second guessing myself, and finally got it in, and it seems to be fairly square, which is all you can hope for in an old single wide mobile home. Fairly square, good enough, right? So yeah, we'll get that done. And then I can finally put the drywall in after I get it all leveled up there. Checking more measurements. All right, call it good. Here goes the drywall on the back end of it. I think I missed one, I kind of measured it out and made those lines. And then I think the first screw I put in, yep, totally missed it. Oh, I had to go back and check where I missed it at and redid it. So only missing one 2x4, not so bad. And then there's the drywall for the other side. And now we're going in for this is the hall section coming up for the middle bedroom wall and the hallway going up to the front of the house there. So just throw those ones in there. And then I talked about having a little coat closet there by the front door, and then I decided to just take out the one wall that made it a closet and make it just a little L-shaped cubby there. I might put a little bench where I'm kneeling there just so I can sit down and put my shoes on and off when I come in and outside the house, or maybe put a little hook or two up in there so I can hang my coats, or maybe there's room for both. We'll find out in the end. And then this is the little cubby hole for the laundry room. So just doing the back end, and what I did there was just kind of went in the backside, marked around where the gang box is, cut 4 little holes, and then, razor knifed it out of there. It's not the most professional way to do it at all, but it works. It gets in there pretty close, and I think it will get covered up with, the finished plates. So, plus this is behind the washer and dryer, so not necessarily needed to be, very clean, but you still want to do the best job you can when you're doing this work. At least I do anyway. But yeah, just finishing this up. And then you can see I was wearing long johns. I put these shorts on because I had to take a break and take the dogs for a walk, and don't want to go walking with just long johns on. So that's why the wardrobe change in this one. But anyway, hope you enjoy this. And here's a breakdown of this section. All right, here we are with the mostly roughed in of the laundry room section. Washer's going to be on this side and dryer on that side. I still have to, cut the hole in and put the little utility access here for the hot and cold water, and then the drain pipe. And then the dryer, I'm not sure where I'm going to cut the hole for the exhaust vent. I just have this temporary one here, so when I do want to use the dryer, I can just, vent it outside. Don't have any water hooked up in here, so I have my little portable washer outside for now. But yeah, we just got this wall in, and this wall, I didn't finish the drywall on this one because there is an electrical box for this wall out here, so I can't cover it up yet. But yeah, it's nice to have this in here. And I probably will put this drywall on soon. I have to put little braces back here so that this corner of the drywall has something to dig into. And then I did put 1, 2, 3 of these, and then obviously the bottom and the top, because the door jamb is going to be in here somewhere. So it just has something for the door jamb to really anchor in on, instead of just being stuck to the drywall. So that is good. But anyway, just thought I'd give you a little glimpse of this for now. Pretty cool. So earlier when I was working in there, I could hear the rain falling on my roof, and then I couldn't hear it anymore, so I thought it stopped. And I went outside, and I was like, oh, the rain turned to these chicken feathers. So decided to take the dogs for a little meander in it, and they were enjoying it. And baby here at this end of the neighborhood, there's these boxers along the fence there, and she likes to run back and forth and play chase with them. Yeah, that dog, he barks, but he ain't got no bites. So it's all fun and games, and just walking back up to the house and then enjoying our little stroll in the snow. And of course, the next day the snow was on the ground, and this is how I get to deal with it without having indoor plumbing. Just taking a shower in the snow like you do. Yoicks! But once I'm all dry, we come in and warmly snuggle the old pups. So